Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, May 28th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day. We're in the final day of the trading week, and we are also in the final day of the trading month. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. As you know, the final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions. I say this because at the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions come in. They take control away from the day traders and the algorithms who control it during the middle of the day, and they make their decisions. They put all the money that they're dealing with to work. They have very smart people, best information, best technology, and in my opinion, following what the large financial institutions do at the end of the day is a long-term edge in your trading. So, a little bit of a mix-up today. This is the second podcast I have done today. For some reason, I thought the market closed early. And what happened was the bond market closed early, not the stock market. And even with that, I was not on time, which I usually am because I'm half Swiss. And time is very important to me, but I got it mixed up, and I actually messed that time up, and so I tried to do a full hour podcast in a half hour, and boy, I'm glad we have an hour to do this. So we've already done one podcast. Few of you were there. Thank you. I appreciate that. But we're going to do take two. We're going to do the second time around, and we're going to do this one right. So we have the full hour, but I apologize if I messed anyone up. I just thought it closed early, like it does before Christmas and Thanksgiving, things like that. So anyway, no harm, no foul. We'll get on with it. But thanks again for coming. Hope you've had a good day. Currently, the Dow is up 112 points, up 0.33%. The NASDAQ is up 53 points, up 0.39%. And the S&P is up 11.65, up 0.28%. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have a day trade today that I'm going to share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, and we're going to go through each one and see how those are doing. I see a lot of green over there. Because of the mix-up in time, and I thought the market closed at 11, I've already made my positions for today. So how about that for end of day trading? That's not end of day trading, but anyway, they're working out okay, I guess. And we'll take a look at those, and then we'll take a look at the students' current positions again and see how those are doing. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Of course, you know, my favorite part of the day, most important part of trading. The most important skill that you can ever develop in trading is learning to control your emotions and follow your plan. So I like to talk about it in different ways each day. Hopefully one day you'll go, oh, I get it now. Because in order to be a long-term profitable trader, everyone, you have to get those emotions under control. All right. So we'll touch on that. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement, I need to look for a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames, if possible. Number 2, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio of at least 2 to 1. If I'm risking $1,000 to the downside, I need to be able to make $2,000 or more to make that asymmetric risk to reward ratio math work for me based upon strong support below, based upon strong and likely resistance above. That's how you do your calculations. Number 3, please make sure that you have a complete trading plan in place before you hit that button, meaning take a reading of the volatility of the market, see what the volatility is, position size correctly based upon a small percentage of your account, know what your emergency stop is, know where your end of day stop is, know where your overhead know where your intraday profit targets are, know where your strong overhead resistance levels are, and make sure that you have a good trailing stop plan or protocol in place so that if you have a nice profitable trade, you don't give it all back if it reverses on you. And then lastly, I might want to add, please keep in mind some correlation. You don't want to be too heavy in any one particular industry. I like to spread it around different industries, and actually like to spread it around outside of equities, bonds, gold, silver, dollar, so forth. But all right, so with those three requirements, I have gone through some potential end of day trades. I have actually also gone through some end of month trades because today is the last day of the month. And as we get closer to the close, we'll go through them. We'll go through them with a fine-tooth comb, look at the different time frames, look at the risk to reward levels, keep in mind correlation, and if I find something good at the end of the day, I will purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to clarify anything that you're not 100% clear on. And then also, if you have any stock symbols that you would like to get my opinion on before the market closes, put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. And I will do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new additions or subtractions as far as their positions up on the board, please just let me know. But please wait till the end of the day before you tell me about them so that the pressure's off. I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all taken care of and figured out. Okay, so that is the plan for today. This is take 2 on the podcast, and I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Oakley dokley. Let's see who is here today. Oh, I feel so much less stress than this morning when I only had a half an hour. I was just like blah, 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 just jamming through there. So feeling a little bit more relaxed about this today. Lova, good to see you, my friend. Nice speaking with you in person or on the phone yesterday. That was great to finally put a voice with the name after all this time. And good to see you, Tracy. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Dan says, hi, Greg and everyone. Hello, Mr. Dan. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are having a good day. Paxton is here. Hi, Packy. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Lilia is here. Hello, Lilia. Good to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. Looking forward to speaking to you this evening. Steve Burns is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you. Sorry about the mix-up on the time. I saw your post, and yeah, I just got that mixed up. So always an honor and a privilege, Steve, to have you here. Appreciate everything that you do for this channel. Ava says, hi, Greg and all. Looks like I missed the pre-party. Yes, we had a, what do you call it? A dress rehearsal, maybe? You missed the dress rehearsal, but I'm glad you're here for the main event, Ava. It's good to see you, my friend. Johnson, hi, Greg and group. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Johnson. Hope you're having a good evening or day wherever you are. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. We pause and think twice of those who paid the ultimate price as we honor their sacrifice with words. Words can one that will ever suffice. Let me do that again. We pause and think twice of those who paid the ultimate price as we honor their sacrifice. What words one can say that will ever suffice. Wow. That is so good. And of course, that's for Memorial Day coming up. And, my father has passed away, but he was a veteran. He was actually in World War II. He was in the Korean War, and he was also in Vietnam for a couple terms. My grandfather was in the retired Navy, so I have a long line of military in my family tree, and so I would like to second that and thank those veterans and thank everyone who has served this country and can serve it in serving this country as well. I really appreciate it, and that's just not lip service. I really do appreciate it and remember all of those that gave their lives and sacrifice and injuries and everything. So Frank summed it up much better in the poem than me, but yeah, what words can one say that will ever suffice? Yeah. Thank you, Frank. Really nice poem. Steve says, I always get mixed up that noon is Central Time when it is Easter time. My track record on these half days is not so good. Not so good. I get about half of them right, and I got it wrong today, and even though it was wrong, I got the time wrong also of the time that I thought it was, which it wasn't. So, all right. So we'll get past that, and we'll just do the best we can with the rest of the podcast. All right. Well, let's get to it. It feels like deja vu. I just did this. All right. Gary and I have had a long-term trade on the weekly bars on AGQ, which is double leveraged silver, had a return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2 under 50, over 50, bought it at 43.96, moved up nicely, got above the 50 RSI, closed below the 50 RSI. I got out of about a half at 45.97, but fortunately I kept the other half, which has moved up nicely. It is up 2.51% this week, and as far as the trade, up about 17% where we're at right now compared to entry point. So this has been a great trade. I mean, I've been in it 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been in it 1 3/4 months, but still pretty good, 17%, right? AAPN. David, Lilia, Jonathan, and I did buy AAPN back here at 83.84 with the under 30, over 30. Today had a beautiful day. It's currently up 3.69%, but it was up 8% at one point during the day. I did hit 2 profit targets today, one at 91.55 and one way higher at 94.74. So I took some chips off the table there, got within pennies of my 3rd profit target. Darn, right? But anyway, still good, up 3.78% today, and it is up 8.68% on the trade. It has got to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Therefore, if I get a close below the previous day's low at this point, oh shucks, wait a minute. Yeah, it didn't reject the 50. Okay, I'm a keeper then. It didn't reject the 50. DoorDash. I did buy DoorDash along with Tracy, Paxton, and Jonathan. There was this false breakout to the downside of V2, came back, tested the halfway of the washout bar, and tested the -1 ATR channel. I got in at 137.48. It's currently 152.20. It's up 10.63% on this trade so far in 1 week. Now, it did reject the 50 RSI already, and so when I thought we were closing at 11, I did sell half, so I have already taken half and locked in half profits on this trade. ISRG. Lilia and I took ISRG at, I think, 843.75 with the 520 crossover. Did pull back, but nice rally today, up 1.54%. Did hit 1 profit target higher at 851.74. So this trade is up about, I don't know, I guess I can check, huh? 0.4% right now as is, but up on the day, up on the trade. MSTR, Gary, let's see. Yeah, Gary, Tracy, Lily, and myself did buy MSTR, which is a proxy trade for Excuse me, for Bitcoin, under 30, over 30, rejection, 200-day moving average. Has been profitable this whole time. Well, except for here, one day it closed back down. Did take some profits yesterday. Today, I did sell half already. I moved 1.5 ATRs for my entry, have a close below the previous day's low. I'm locking in half profits. It is down today, but this trade is still up 3.89%. Netflix, all right. Johan, Jonathan, and I did buy Netflix yesterday with 520 crossover and the V1. Bought it here at 504.13. Rallied strong earlier in the day. I'm glad I hit one profit target up there at 508. So 508.56, about $5 higher than it is. It is slightly underwater on the trade now since I bought it at 504.13, but really up on the trade because of the high profit target that I took there. This is kind of ugly looking, actually. It's a false breakout to the upside and a V1, but I am going to stick with this crossover trade right now. PKI, David and I bought PKI on the weeklies, bullish engulfing bar, 520 crossover, bought at 140.80. It's currently 145.08. It's up 0.21% on the week. And the trade is up approximately 2.81%. Okay, Roku. Paxton and I bought Roku at 347.48. It's currently 349.25. It is up on the day slightly, and it is up on the trade. SPY had a nice overnight SPY trade. Of course, I buy the SPY at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it the first thing the next morning. I bought it at 419.29. I sold it this morning at 419.21, right there at the top. So I will be buying this today. I'll be holding it over the long weekend, selling it first thing Monday morning, but I'll be buying it at the close, not right now. TER, Jonathan, Gary, David, Paxton, and I did buy TER at 127.70. Back here with the 520 crossover, one nice profit target today of 132.72. It's up 1.59% on the day, and it is up about 3.78% on the trade. UNG is a monthly trade that David, Paxton, and Tracy and I took. Higher low V1 in the value zone, bought it at 10.52. It's 10.50, so it is down 2 cents on the trade. So if you're going to be down, being down 1 cent or 2 cents, probably the way to go. No change on this. I will be holding this another month. Twitter, I did buy Twitter with a close under, a close back over the 200-day moving average. I bought that with Miko, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, and Kamal. This has been an outstanding trade. Great risk to reward ratio. Has moved more than 1.5 ATRs from entry. I'm just waiting for a trailing stop signal, which will be a close below the previous day's low. But so far, this trade is up 9.49% in the last 2 weeks. So pretty sweet. Okay. Did have a trade on VIX today. Back here earlier in the morning. Higher low V1 back in the value zone. We also had a bearish V1 to the downside that immediately reversed and canceled it out. That is a bearish, that is a bullish formation. I bought here at 33.99. Next bar went up nicely, sold part at 34.10, had another big up bar, sold at 34.24, had another big up bar, sold at 34.33, and then we had a close below the previous day's low. I was out of the trade. So in at 33.99, out at 34.10, out at 34.13, out at 34.24, and out at 34.33. So nice little day trade today. All right, let's take a look at your position, shall we? Fiverr. Steve having a wonderful trade on Fiverr. He bought Fiverr at 195. It is currently 205.99. It's up 4.43% today and up about 5.14% on the trade. So congratulations, Steve Burns. TQQQ, also a Steve Burns trade, 520 crossover. This is the triple leverage Qs, 3 times leverage, bought at 101.60. It's currently 103.19, up 1.56% on the day and nicely up on the trade. Steve also bought the regular Qs with the 520 crossover at 332.78. It's currently 334.53, so up on the day and up on the trade. Beyond Meat is amazing, amazing trade by Gary. Bought here at under 30 over 30, 107.52. It's currently 145.13. It's up 1.77% again today and up 25.95% on the trade. Congratulations, Gary. That's a monster. ELY is Callaway Golf. Frank, speaking of monster trades, this is another one. Frank bought this at 27.75. It's currently 37.28. He did sell here, locked in half profits. I think that's a good idea, but we had another leg up and this trade is up 25.45. So Frank and Gary have the two big monster trades for sure. ASML, Lilia, by ASML at 648.80. She bought a half position, then she got out of a half position, locked in some profits 2 days ago, up nicely today, up 1.38%. And this trade currently up 3.83% on the trade. CPRI is Frank. Frank bought CPRI at $52. It is now $56.78. It's up 0.67%. And this one's up significant amount. This one is up 8.36%. So congratulations there. PCAR, Gary bought PCAR. Nice setup. This one just didn't work out. False breakout to the downside. Bullish engulfing bar V1 bought at 94.51. Been in it 3 weeks. Looks like it's closing. It may close below halfway the washout bar, which would be my end of bar stop or my end of week stop in this particular case. Boeing, Kamal, beautiful trade on Boeing at 221.10. It's currently 246.86. It's down 1.53% today, but it is up 10.33% on the trade. Pins, beautiful trade by Steve Burns with an under 30 over 30, bought at 58.01. It's currently 65.45, up 1.79% today and up 11.17%. So excellent trade there, Steve. Sony, another Steve trade, under 200 over 200, bought at 95.19. It's 99.78. It's up 0.21%. So man, I'm just amazed by the trades in this group. Unbelievable. I mean, 4.69% on this trade. Fantastic. Steve Burns bought the 1050 EMA crossover at 137.21. It's 136.79. Okay, this one is up on the day, but slightly down on the trade, but just slightly. Bill, Paxton bought, and Tracy bought Bill at 149.50. It's basically 149.49. So it's up today nicely, but it is down 1 penny on the trade. So if you're going to be down on a trade, 1 penny is the best way to go. IWB, Steve Burns bought IWB, which is the Russell 1000. Bought at 236.40. It's currently 237.26. It is up on the day and it is up on the trade. Tesla, David bought Tesla with the bullish engulfing bar V1, closed back above the 200-day at 606. It's currently 631.49. It's up 0.1% today, but on the trade, David is up 4.22%. So excellent, excellent. GNRC. Okay, Steve, what did we do here? 520. All right, so Steve bought the 520 crossover 2 days ago on GNRC at 320.13. It's 329.69. It's up 1% today, and it is up 2.87% on the trade. Fantastic. Airbnb, Kamal bought down here at 134.90. Jonathan, Johan, and Gary bought yesterday a half position. If I remember correctly, they're maybe looking for a little bit of a pullback to get into their full position and reduce their cost basis. So Jonathan, Johan, Gary, little down on the trade with the half position. Kamal up nicely on the trade, looks like full position. Angie, which is Steve Burns. Steve Burns bought Angie yesterday with a 520 crossover at 1426. It's 1410. So this one down a little on the day and down a little on the trade. DT, Tracy and Paxton, beautiful trade on DT. Intraday rejection, the 200-day moving average, came back, retested the 200. Great risk to reward ratio. This is what it's all about, everybody. And look at this beautiful trade. Up again today. Tracy and Paxton sold half, which is, I think, good. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful move. And why not lock a little in? This trade up 14.22%. Uber, Gary bought Uber at 48.20. It's currently 51.03. It's up 0.63% on the day, and it's up 5.57% on the day on the trade. Fastly, Lilia bought Fastly. Nice trade here at 43.70 with an under 30 over 30. It's currently 47.21. It is down 2.14% today, but Lilia is up 7.5% on the trade. Pretty sweet, I would say. All right. Now, I'm going to share with you the trades that I thought I was taking at the end of the day. I have already entered these trades. I did short WBA Walgreens Alliance. We had the big, huge down bar on massive volume. We rallied back. Today we went above 50, below 50, above the 50 SMA, below the 50 SMA, and a V1. I've already shorted this at 52.94. It's currently 52.62, so it has moved pretty nicely in my direction. And I didn't want to get out of it and get back in it. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to keep the trade from when I thought the market was closing. Hubs. All right, Hubs it has a higher low V2 and a 520 cross. I bought it, unfortunately, 510.65 earlier in the day when I thought the market was closing. It's currently 505.47, so I've lost $5 on this trade already by not waiting till the correct end of the day, but that's how it goes. But then again, the WBA kind of makes up for it because I wouldn't have bought that. I wouldn't have shorted that one that high. And then Boeing, on a monthly trade, we have a 520 crossover on the monthly trade. Remember, if you take a monthly position, make sure you look at the average true range on the time frame that you are actually going to be trading it on. I'm looking at monthly. I take my maximum allowed loss. I divide it by this huge number, 109.33, because on a monthly, you have a lot of movement, right? So if you're going to trade monthlies, you have to adjust the position size accordingly based upon the average true range on that time frame. If you were on the weekly, you would take your maximum allowed loss divided by 36.68. Because I'm on the monthly, I'm taking it, dividing it by 109.33. And you'll do the math and you'll go, what? I don't have that many shares. Well, that's on purpose. It's because, if it moves down large, it can move a lot of points in a month. So that's why you're figuring. So anyway, I went long Boeing when I thought the close was happening at 246.63. It's currently 246.79. So up a little bit on the trade. Okay, Gary says, hello, Greg and group. My apologies to everyone for the misinformation about the market closing early. It was the bond market, not the equity market. Sorry again. No problem, Gary. At whatsoever, I should have double checked. That's my fault for not confirming, but it sounded good to me. And yeah, sometimes the bond market closes earlier, but no harm, no foul. We're all good. We're here. Kamal is here. How you doing, Kamal? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're hanging in there, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel with your scanner, and thank you for your friendship, bud. I really appreciate that. Steve says, BYND was once in the top 40 in most shorted stocks before the explosive move. Great trade that squeezed the short sellers. 100%. Congratulations, Gary. Steve says, I exited pins 2 days ago for a 6.26% gain. I know I have a lot of trades to keep up with. Oh, okay. So we're out of pins with a 6.62% gain. All right. Well, let's take it off of there. Good trade, Steve. Really nice trade. Gary says, thanks, Greg. I will be out of Beyond Meat today. I sold 145 calls expiring today, and it looks like they will be taking it from me. Oh, okay. So you sold calls against it. So we did a covered call at 140. What'd you say? 145? Maybe not. It's 144.92. Gary likes to be dramatic at the end there with being very close. Confirm with me at the end of the day whether they took them or not. But what a trade. TREX. I mean, I don't really see anything here, Kamal. I mean, on the weekly, we're in the value zone, which is good. We bounced off the 20, which is good. A lot of sideways motion. We did have a V1 to the downside yesterday that re-triggered back up. I mean, this is a Kamal trade. This is a Kamal trade buying when there's sideways motion with the expectation that we'll have a large move one way or the other. But I don't know. Maybe the more I look at it, the more it's growing on me because of the V1 to the downside yesterday, reverse back up and holding that 200, 100, and on the weekly holding the 50 RSI. It's not bad. Actually, I like it. I like it more the more I look at it. Levi Strauss. Well, I don't know if I like it at the moment. False breakout to the downside there. I mean, if we had a nice V2, then I'd like it better. A lot of volume today. Jonathan said, running late, Greg. Evening, Greg and group. Good evening to you, Jonathan. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see what's happening over here. Let me take a look at something. Okay. Give me 1 second, please. All right, 3407. 3407. 9. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, what was I doing? Anyone know what I was doing? Lilia says USFD has nice sideways motion. Yeah, and this is exactly what I'm talking about from Kamal's. We had a V1 to the downside yesterday. That's what painted the red triangle. It's reversed back up now and under 50, over 50. I quite like that, Lilia. I like where it is on the weekly. I like that trade. There's no doubt about it. I like that trade. Tracy says, "Can you show us MSTR again? We don't have it in trailing stop. We would sell half if it closes below yesterday's low." Well, I may have messed up there. Here's the entry, 59.77. You're 100% right. I'm wrong, Tracy. I was eyeballing this, and it's not correct. So no, you don't sell with the close below. I really apologize, and thank you for bringing that to my attention. I was just eyeballing, and it looked like it moved 1.5 ATRs, but it did not. Because here's the entry. If we go up to 59.77, right about here, we did not get there. So I'm completely wrong. You're completely right. So I actually already sold because I looked at that incorrectly, but I was just hurrying because of the podcast. But You are correct. It did not get to trailing stop level. Therefore, the close below the previous day's low is not valid, and you should not sell if that's the protocol that you're following. So good eye, Tracy. Impressed with that. And I do like USFD, Lily. And Ava says, Billy, setup seems nice to me, but it is a Chinese company. Well, it's a fractal. Here's a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. We had a V1 yesterday. That would have given you a little better entry point. We are closing above the 1 ATR channel, which is pretty good. I mean, it all looks pretty good. It all looks pretty strong. The false breakouts at the downside in the V1 yesterday would have been the better entry, but today we did confirm by triggering a fractal. Let's go over and look at the weekly. Weekly looks good. The weekly looks good. I mean, it does look good. All right. Well, I've already done this today, but this is from Steve Burns, so it's worth doing twice. Of course, this is Steve over at the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on Facebook. It's a great channel. A lot of serious traders there. Steve and Kamal and Tom Basso and Mark Minervini and myself. So if you haven't subscribed, come on over, take a look. Of course, Steve is my favorite poster of all time, and let's see what Steve has to say. Not all trades are winners, but all trades can be good trades when you follow your trading plan. Measure quality in execution, not the results. If you keep executing a trading system that has an edge with discipline, the results will come on their own. And that's true. You know, Kamal and I and some other people in our group, if we ever have a trade, even if it's a losing trade, we always say good trade, because if you're following your rules, if you're following your protocols and following your trading plan, even if it's a losing trade, it's still a good trade. Conversely, you can make money on a trade that was a bad trade. How is that possible? Because you weren't following your system. You just made a trade, maybe impulsively, and it happened to make money, but that's not a good trade, because that will train your mind that, oh, I can do this and I can get away with it. And if they're bad trades and it doesn't have an edge, you will not get away with it over the long run. So, measure how you feel about your trades, not so much in your P&L and your profit and loss. Measure it in if you are following your process and doing what you're supposed to do. So in other words, even if you have a losing trade, it can be a good trade. Even if you have a winning trade, it can still be a bad trade. But identify your edge, identify your setup, do all the things that you're supposed to do with your trading plan. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like Steve says here, if you keep executing a trading system that has an edge, that's the key word, the two key words, an edge with discipline, the results will come on their own. It's all about discipline, everyone. Man, in trading, in life, everything, it's about discipline, having patience, hard to do, but it is a good thing to do. So, there's so many corollaries and so much crossover between trading and life. And really, the things you learn in trading make you better in life. I have no doubt about that. So let's read it one more time slowly. Not all trades are winners, obviously, right? But all trades can be good trades when you follow your trading plan. Measure quality in execution, not the results. Measure quality in execution, not the results. If you keep executing a trading system that has an edge with discipline, the results will come on their own. So thank you so much, Steve. Excellent post. Appreciate that. That's helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for everyone out there as well. And thanks a bunch, bud. Steve says, DKNG has a 520 crossover today. Yes, it does. IBB. Oh, IBB has one as well. All right, well, let's put IBB over here as well. I do have DKNG on there already. Okay. Well, Bitcoin not having a good day. If you're trading Bitcoin on the CMA futures, intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average, in my opinion, would be a good place to get in, give you a good risk to reward ratio. It has respected the 200 back here and back here. Let's go over here, take a look at the Bitcoin, the BTC perpetual. Well, just as I was mentioning the other day, we're finding this purgatory stuck between the 200-day moving average and the 250-day moving average. We've gone up, we rejected the 250. That's where it failed. Now look, we have rejected the 250 to the downside. It has held 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. Will it hold the fifth? Who knows? But I do trade Bitcoin. I will be looking to enter a long position on Bitcoin at 6 p.m. That's when these bars close, 6 p.m. Mountain, if it closes above the 250. If it closes above the 250, then the 250 will be my end of day stop tomorrow to give me a good risk to reward ratio and pretty good precedent that the 250 holds. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to hold, but because it rejected the 250, if it closes above today at 6, I will enter a long position in Bitcoin. WBA, I already talked about WBA. I've already shorted it. We had big down bar. Look at the context. Is this a bullish context or a bearish context? It's bearish. This chart pattern is bearish because we had this huge sell-off on huge volume. We bounced back up, which dead cat bounce kind of situation. But look at the volume on the way back up. Not enough, not that much. And then today we went up and we're down a little bit, not much here. So that tells me there was a lot of down volume, a lot of selling. This is a bounce. I shorted it here already at 52.94. It's currently 52.77 because of the rejection of the 50 SMA and the 50 RSI and the V1. So I don't have to short this at the end of the day. I am already short. Hubs. All right. I am already long hubs, unfortunately, from 510.65, but I do like the higher low V1 in the V2 in the value zone, and also the crossover MACD being positive. We look over on the weekly, it's holding the 10 EMA. It's not overbought it is in the value zone, so it's not overbought. So again, I am already long hubs. I am already short WBA. DocuSign does have a 520 crossover. No, it doesn't. It's under 1 penny. I don't think I'd buy this anyway. We have the long weekend and earnings are on the 2nd, so I'm going to get rid of that one as a possibility. DKNG, as Steve just mentioned, does have the 520 crossover. I don't like that it rejected the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look over on the weekly. Weekly looks good, holding the 50 SMA, holding the -1 ATR channel. Do we still have it? 48.95 compared to 48.95. If we go down anymore, we're going to lose it and it will not be valid anymore. But I think I'm going to pass. ARC, I had ARC on here to short when it was closer up to the 200-day moving average. Now it is pulled back away, so the risk to reward's not as good anymore. And IBB, Steve mentioned IBB with the 520 crossover, has some sideways motion here, which is good. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly looks good as well in the value zone, holding the 50 RSI for now. That definitely could be an interesting entry right there as well, and did trigger a fractal with a high with 2 lower highs to the left, high with 2 lower highs to the right, although a bit of a bearish bar, but it does give you a better risk to reward ratio. I like the cooling off period here, the sideways motion, but a little bit bad price action here at the moment. That's not right. Give me 1 sec. WBA, Hubby, VIXie's moving up pretty strong. All right. So again, I sold half of my DoorDash today already because it rejected the 50. But beautiful trade, up 9.43%. But I did take half off because it rejected that significant 50 RSI level. It didn't like it, came back down. That's a bit of a red flag, and that's why I took half profits on that today. Monster, I erroneously sold half here. I guess I should not have sold half because, as Tracy pointed out, we did not move 1.5 ATRs from entry, but I sold it anyway. That's okay. I'll just keep with it. And my end of day stop there is a close below the 200-day moving average. Let's see, is there anything else we need to be on the lookout for? Netflix, no. PKI, no. Buying SPY, of course, at the close. TER doing very, very well. Twitter hanging in there. Yeah, I think we're good other than the overnight SPY trade. Ava says REGN has a 520 EMA cross, or almost. Found support at the bottom of the uprising channel yesterday. Ooh, VIX is moving on up. Doesn't look like it quite has the... You're right, Ava, it's close, but not quite there yet, right? Found support at the bottom of the uprising channel yesterday. Yeah, and also held the 50 EMA. Yeah, VIX is cranking. VIX is cranking. I mean, VIX is so freaking low. I mean, what did we expect, you know? All right, so we have about 12 minutes. Again, I already shorted WBA. I already bought Hubs. I already bought Boeing on the monthly chart with the 520 crossover, which is still in place. MACD's positive. We're over 50 RSI. I might be in this trade for 3, 4, 5 months. I hope. If it goes well, that's what it will be. If I'm not, if I'm out, it means it's gone down, and hopefully I will get out quickly, right? Netflix turned red on the day. Boo. Let me take another reading here on APPN and see if... Tell you what, everybody, I'm selling APPN. It didn't quite get to 50 RSI. I'm not selling all of it. I'm selling half of it. I'm going to sell half of it. It got close enough, and this is kind of bearish, and so I am going to, and it's been a nice, it's going to be a nice, it has been a nice trade. So I am going to sell right now half of my position. All right, what's the hold up here? Oh, I see what it is. All right, so I sold half with the very close to rejecting the 50 RSI, and I don't like the look of this bar here. So, all right, so I think I'm taken care of, actually. So we can just kind of coast on in. Frank says, I recall Larry Williams liking Tesla just before and into Memorial Day based on historical patterns. Oh, interesting. I really like Larry Williams. I studied with Larry and got to know him quite well. And he was one of my very, very first teachers, as a matter of fact, Frank. Down a little bit. 520 crossover would give a little bit more confirmation, but it is holding the 200-day moving average. Options expiration today as well. Johnson says, RMD, potential for short. Well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely an ugly bar. It rejected the third ATR channel. It rejected the previous high. Not quite a V1 to the downside, still holding the 5 EMA. But decent, yes. I mean, if I were to short here, you have a couple options. If it closed below halfway of this bar, that's one, or you could just short, or you could just cover if you closed over the high here. But false breakout to the downside, not quite a V1, rejected the -1 ATR channel, or rejected the third ATR channel. If we look at the weekly, did reject the 1 ATR channel. Yeah, I mean, as far as shorts go, that could be fairly good. Steve says, Larry Williams is a legend in trading. Yes, he certainly is. Steve says, I hope everyone has a great 3-day Memorial weekend. 100%. I'm starting to see those. I haven't started to see them, but we know we're going to see that meme with Pablo Escobar walking around the pool, not sure what to do because the market's closed on Monday. You know what I'm talking about, right, Steve? That's kind of how I feel when the market's closed. Hub's not doing so hot tamale for me. Well, VIX making a new high. Everything seems to be making a new low. Steve says, I was planning to use the Pablo Escobar meme on Monday. It captures my mood every holiday. Same with me. People don't understand this. When you're a trader, holidays sometimes get in the way of your trading, right? Although, Steve, now that I'm trading Bitcoin, I can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it can get annoying. It can get annoying. I've been doing this for a couple months now, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I have nothing better to do than sit here and trade Bitcoin. But it's worked out well. The Bitcoin trading has worked out well, but there's other things in trading, other things in life other than trading as well. So, we have 4 minutes. So I have basically been trading Bitcoin basically on looking at 6 o'clock and just making my decisions there, so I don't have to sit in front of the computer 24 hours a day. Netflix, kind of discussed. 520 crossover is still in place. Lava. Pretty ugly. False breakout to the upside to V1 to the downside. But I'm just going mechanically here and with the 520 crossover. But, if somebody wanted to get out based upon this bar, I would not blame them. Oakley dokley. Other than my overnight SPY trade, I'm already good, locked and loaded, ready to go. Wow, VIX has just gone on a tear here. Look at this, everybody. Wowzers. Wow, wow, wow. Two minutes to go. Holly has started buying metaverse crypto real estate, so her market never sleeps ever. Ah, there you go. Frank says, with a name like Crypto ID, say it more like vampire. That's true. All right, so we're closing in 1 minute. 1 minuto till 3 days. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, no. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Wow, look at that move. Look at that move. Holy hamburgers. Wowzers, Batman. All right, that is it. Let's take a look, see where I bought SPY. I bought SPY at 420.04. So the new overnight SPY trade is 420.04. 7 days in a row for the overnight SPY. How long can it go? I don't know. 420.04. There we go. And again, I placed these trades earlier in the day. I did short WBA from 52.94. It's 52.66. I did buy Hubs, unfortunately. I would have got a lot better price if I would have waited until the end of the day, but I didn't do it on purpose. I bought it at 510.65. It's 504.38, so that's kind of a clobber right there. And then I did buy Boeing on the monthly at 246.63. It's 247.02, so that one's up a little bit. So that's it. I'm all taken care of. No new entries or, oh no, I apologize. I did sell half of Dash with the rejection of the 50, so I locked half of Dash in. I also took half off of APPN because of the very close rejection of the 50-day moving 50 RSI and the 1 ATR channel and the 20 and all sorts of stuff. So I locked in half profits there as well. So if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if they'd like me to update on the board, please go ahead, put them in the chat now. I will get them all updated real quick. Just three quick pieces of business. One, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I teach a really good course. The course is 15 hours. I teach you all 5 of the trading approaches that I use. I teach you step by step. And when you're done with this course, you will be a better trader. I put a lot of work into these courses, into my teaching, because it's important for me that my students succeed. I really sincerely want them to succeed. So if you are interested, it does cost $1,750. It's worth every penny. I promise you, you will be a lot better trader when you're done. And I think one-on-one teaching is really the best way to go, and that's why I structure these lessons like that. So if you're interested, send me an email. Email is in the description of this video. If you reach out to me, say, hey Greg, possibly interested in taking your course, I'll reply and say, great, let's set up a Skype call. I want to know more about you and your trading, your challenges, your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done with the Skype call, think about it as long as you want. And if you want to set up an appointment with me to start the lessons, just email me. We'll get to it, and I will teach you everything I know about trading, and I will do it and work as hard as possible so that you're the best trader when you're done with it. Number 2, I do have a really good online video course on udemy.com. It's this the deep dip by stock trading strategy. It's been a great course. I've gotten so much good feedback and reviews on that course. And the best thing is it costs like $12 to $15. It's 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos total, 15 study guides, and it's a great course, and it will give you a really good base for trading. So the link's in the description there. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help to build the channel, helps to keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there are some valuable content in this channel. So if you could hit the thumbs up button, that's all I could ask. And I think that's it. We're done with business. All right, so let's see here. Lilia is out of MSTR. Okay. And she's in UFUSFD. All right, Lil, that sounds good. Let's see. We'll put Lilia in there. Tracy sold 1/2 of Dash. Okay. And NBA on the monthly. All right. Gary, looks like I'll be out of Beyond Meat. Okay. Excellent trade, my friend. Excellent trade. Where did it go? Man, that trade's so pretty. I hate to take it all off of there, but I guess we will. Kamal's in Levi. All right. All right, Kamal, got you there, bud. Gary says, enjoy the holiday weekend, everyone. Thank you to those that have fought and continue to fight for my freedom. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Thank you, everyone, for all your service. If you've been in any of those services. Ava says, thank you, Greg. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Thank you, Ava. Very kind of you, my friend. Jonathan is out of Netflix. All right, Jonathan is out of Netflix. Now with 1/2 Dash. All right, where's Dash? No, that's not it. Okay, and what else did we do? Out of a quarter APPN. Frank says, no new trades until after the holiday. Okay. Great poem today, Frank. Really fantastic. Look, let's take care of this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. Makes sense to me, everyone. That's why I always discuss it. Look, just one random nice thing to do to another person each day or for another person each day. If you could go out and do a nice random act of kindness to an animal, that would be great. But let's, try to be pleasant to each other. Just try to be nice to each other, both humans and animals. Make everyone involved feel good. And I like to end the podcast with this. So let's remember that, can we? Lovis says, question. I bought DNMR at the close on April 26th. Let's take a look. DNMR. You bought it on April 26th. Oh, you bought it a while ago. April 26th. Am I looking at the right? Based on the under 30, over 30. Okay. Should I have sold it on May 4th? Yeah, because it closed under... Oh, you sold it on May 4th. Well, it depends what you're, well, let's do this for real. Okay. At the time, the average true range was $6.24. So that's your maximum allowed loss. So if we go 624, yeah, it got you your maximum allowed loss before it went back under 30. And you sold it on the May 4th. Oh, no. You sold it exactly the right time. You sold it exactly the right time. Did you sell it because it closed under? On mine, I don't think it closed under. But it did hit your emergency stop, right? Because when you bought it... Oops. When you bought it, Leva... The 2 ATR was 624, so that was your maximum allowed loss. That's your emergency stop. And so it hit it there. Even if it had still been above 30, you should have sold it. But it looks like you did it about right. Does that make sense? Wow, what a week. Great week. May was a great month. Great day trading month. I'm very grateful for that. Ended on a high note. And, what will June bring? I have no idea. But all we can do is what we do. Have a plan for trading. Use a conservative position size based upon volatility. Know what your maximum allowed stop is going to be. Follow all your rules. Good risk to rewards. Confluence of signals. June may be a horrible month. I don't know. And that's the thing about a trader's life. Not every month is great. And you have to be okay with going through bad months as well, knowing that, hey, if I keep pulling the handle on this slot machine, this particular slot machine has an edge, and therefore in the long run, you should make money as long as you trade with an edge and you're disciplined with trading with an edge. I thought I sold it on closing under the 30, but it probably was an emergency stop. Yeah, so you did it exactly right. You did it exactly right. Well, everyone, first time I've ever done 2 podcasts in a day, but I think it went pretty well. Appreciate you being here. I hope you have a nice weekend. Be good, be safe, drive safe. All the stuff, have fun. And do all the fun stuff that you're supposed to on this kind of weekend. Get away from the charts a little bit. Get away from the market. That will be nice. I will not be getting away from the market because I teach this weekend. I teach Saturday and I also teach Monday. So I will have one day away from the market. But that's what I do, and it's probably where I'm happiest. Dan says, it's really good day when I have the chance to smash the thumbs up button for Gregorians. Join me. Thank you, Dan. Yes, if you could, I would really, really appreciate that. So, hey, I'm going to miss you guys. I have to wait all the way till Tuesday. Man. All right. I'll have to just soldier on through, right? But again, any of you out there that are veterans, thank you for your service. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And hope to see you on Tuesday at the regular time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.